Hey, and welcome to the show. This show is brought to you by Patreon members like you.
Thank you for being a Patreon member.
As a Patreon member, you get a video of the podcast that we put out twice a month.
Now, on with the show.
Alright, so that's showing
Record. It's recording this.
Yep.
Recording that.
That doesn't need to record.
No, but the mic is on.
Yeah.
Everything is
and then
on.
you just hit start.
Why?
Oh, it does make things easier.
Let's see.
Take your time. Take your time. Did you want to... You're going to use your phone?
I'm going to use your phone, so...
You're going to use your phone?
My phone.
Kicking them back before the show starts. Oh my god.
Oh, that was good.
Alright, the energy in the apple will hit, but until it does,
Yep.
I have candy.
Candy? What do you need candy for?
I'm gonna have just one candy.
Alright. Ooh.
You sound like Nathan Jr.
Ooh.
Alright. Ooh.
Let's go. What's
That's
up,
exactly what
Matthew
he said.
Thomas? Christian, Mark, William. Thank you. Thank you for the boxes, Mr. William.
After William Burke come through.
Yep.
Tommy. Yeah. Candies,
Miguel.
baby. Yeah.
That's Tommy.
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
Okay, so we broke all the little legs, and by we I mean me,
Yeah.
off of these.
We. Ha.
So it's like I don't have a place. I feel like a little kid. I hate these chairs. I hate these chairs. Ow! Ooh, pinch my leg. Son of
Whoa. Kids are watching.
a... Kids are watching. That's why I stopped. Hey, back from vacation. I had a wonderful vacation.
High five, Vega.
Your wife had just started a new job, so your vacation was more local than anything.
So I travel from my bedroom to the living room and come back constantly.
Famous people quotes. I know, right? Dude, his video is killing it, by the way.
Famous people squad.
You guys haven't got to see them yet. Some of you guys have if you're in industry. We posted them on. But the rest of you guys, you'll get to see the videos soon enough for the top 50.
What's up, Glenn?
We're just waiting for... So once the top 50 is announced, then they move on to the top 12, which is where you guys get to vote. So last year we released it early and there was some confusion about, so we figured this year we'll just wait. Where do you see cardio in 1,000 years?
In 1,000 years.
I mean, I'm having a hard time with like 2 years, so 1,000 years is really a stretch.
Yeah, even in 1 year, you know, you're struggling in 1 year.
P3. I'm gonna go P3. I like the P3s. Johnny, what's up, buddy?
Wayne, what's up, man?
Sometimes that's the best vacation.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean,
I have fun, man.
You took the kid to.
I Celebration Station twice.
They have go-karts. It's a place where they do go-karts and video
so-
games and stuff like that. Oh, you went twice.
Oh, dude.
Dude, that had to be brutal. Did you go at nighttime or during the day?
One in the day with the whole family, and one
God.
like just with me and him, just going crazy.
At nighttime or during the day?
Like afternoon. That was not that hot.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Really?
What?
Because, dude, that's like murder out there. Like during the day. I mean, there's a breeze, but it ain't much.
Yes, but that was kind of like.
I mean, there was a couple really nice days.
It was about to rain, so you
Right.
feel all the breeze and everything.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. So.
Canada in the house. What's up, eh?
Hey, Johnny, Joe.
But I was in St. Augustine.
Yeah.
With the fam, Haley, of course, wanted to do all the ghost stuff, so we
Pretty cool,
did.
pretty cool.
If for any of you guys that watch Ghost Hunters when that was a thing, they went up in the St. Augustine Lighthouse. It was super haunted. If you're there again, if you're into that, so they have a ghost tour, which they just let you walk around with an EVP meter in the pitch black and do the whole little. Is anybody here? Is this Johnny?
Yeah.
Is Johnny here? And back in a few grilling. Oh, you suck. So we did that, and then we, because apparently St. Augustine, being one of the older cities, is haunted all to hell. So, yeah. How was Disney Springs? It was actually kind of busy. So we were there till Thursday. So from Saturday to Thursday, and then Thursday we head over to Orlando because we just wanted to chill out over there, play in a pool for a couple days. So we went to downtown Disney before we went to the melting pot. We filmed all this stuff, so for those of you guys that follow me on The Boring Life of Dean and Haley over the next couple weeks, this will all be out, and yay. But downtown Disney, what's up, Ada, was actually kind of busy. I was kind of surprised. We picked up some masks for the kid.
Sebastian, yeah.
Because they had like little kids masks, and of course those are kind of dorky, and then they had cool Disney ones, so I was like, oh, I'll get you some while I'm there. So we picked Sebastian up a bunch of cool little masks from Disney, and then we went to the melting pot.
Yeah.
Which I freaking hate. But the girls love it, so, you know, it's the exception.
Yeah.
Then we went to Universal Studios on Saturday before we came home. Because we came home Saturday instead of Sunday, so we could have... Disney, yeah, it's fun. We didn't get really deep into Disney Springs, like... We only stayed in like one little corner because really I think the only reason why we went there was to find him masks and just to walk around for a while.
Yeah.
Because we were only there for like an hour and a half, and I was like, yeah, I'm good, let's go. And then, but Universal was almost empty. I mean, it was
really?
Like, and they're trying to do this like virtual line that they're testing out. So like you say, I'm going to be on this ride at 2:30, and then you just show up at 2:30.
And yeah?
I've never seen you like any food. I'm picky. Apparently, although I will tell you when I was in. So for those of you guys that
I gotta be just French fries.
French fries.
Yeah, French fries.
My wife hates the melting pot, and I love it. You should go with my wife. I'll pay the bill. You guys can go and have a great time. I'll hang out with your wife. You hang out with mine. Okay, Vega? That's like a plan. I'm totally down with that, man. I'll take her wherever she wants to go, just so I can have somebody else cook my meal for me. Oh my God, it's so stupid.
It's not from Cali.
Anyways, so that was that. It was a good time. What I was going to say, if any of you guys get the opportunity and you're going to come to Florida, St. Augustine, 2 thumbs up for sure. You definitely want to try it out. Give yourself like 2 or 3 days to hit it up. Lots of neat stuff there to do. Lots of food. As you guys know, I'm a big pizza guy, and they had phenomenal pizza there. Oh, whew. Little wife swap action going on with Vegas' wife. But yeah, no, so that was the good part there. Also, while I'm thinking about it, let me give a shout out here to this guy. One of the things we're going to change going forward is if you're in the Clean Wire Club and you do something awesome like this gentleman did here on this boat, His
name is Jonathan.
Jonathan did on this. From now on, when we do
Can
put
you
up
click
here,
it in there, like just to expand?
Yeah, there you go. So this is Jonathan's picture here. He did an amazing job in this boat. This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love his wiring and his use of distribution blocks for remote power and lighting and all this. It's just a lot of nice work. He's zip tie fanatic like myself.
Yeah.
But from now on, when we do the sun, you know, Fernando finds a picture in the Clean Wire Club, and you get to be on the top of the page for the week. From now on, going forward, we're going to give you a shout out too on the show, so we'll make it a segment where we talk about you doing some. We'll do some. It was New York style pizza.
All right, so now that we talk about the shout out, his name is Jonathan Steven.
There you go.
Jonathan Stevens, thank you, man.
You do good boat work.
Awesome work.
You can find him on, of course, the Clean Wire Club if you have a boat and you want to get some work done.
There you go.
But no, it was New York style pizza, and it was apparently with the big poster. They have the second best pizza in Florida is what it was called.
Oh, really?
They were very proud of being the first place losers, and it was for good reason. It was really good pizza. I enjoy it. All right. So, enough of vacation talk, although I would love to keep talking about it. Let's get on to talking about some stereos, because I know you guys have been jonesing. It's been a week. Pardon me.
All right,
let's get to it. There was a question on there about...
yes, now I can go back because I just get out. Yeah.
Repost that Kenwood question that you had up there. That was I'd love to answer that. Here, can I see this? While you're fooling around over there, I can hit some of these. Howard, I hope you enjoy the vacation and the pizza pics I shared on Instagram of Gino's here in New York. Dude, okay, there was 4 things in my life that I absolutely love. Chicken wings, I don't eat chicken wings anymore. I've cut that out. Pizza, I know. Pizza, I love pizza. I love French fries. And I like ice cream. But that's you know, like, if it wouldn't kill me, I would probably eat those every day of the week. But I don't, because, you know, I'm trying to do the whole healthy thing, and running and pizza don't really mix real well. I only got to run twice while we were on vacation, which was a total bummer. But it was hot as hell. Oh my God, it was so hot over there. But I got 8 miles in, so that was kind of nice. And then after that, it was just like, I'm good. So
All right.
I'll make up for it this week. Go ahead.
I have a focal integrations in the Tundra powered by the Kenwood 901.5 amplifier, as recommended by a popular supplier. Said the gains with the Lumi sounds great, but seems not as loud as the stock speakers powered by the head unit. Thinking about going up to an Alpine 5-channel amplifier, or is too much for being rated at 60 watts RMS?
No, a bigger amplifier will get you more power out of that. A lot of the times what happens is when you look at a factory speaker is typically super efficient, meaning if you could, which they don't publish, but if they publish the efficiency rating of the speaker, it would probably be close to like 98, 97, somewhere in that, where it's just a super efficient speaker, meaning 1 watt does a lot with those speakers. Okay, and then you'll notice that's why they have smaller magnets. You typically get good bass response out of a factory speaker that you don't out of an aftermarket, because the magnets are bigger, which means they need more power. So yeah, a lot of that's why, you know, like if you look at like Audison makes Prima, and they make the Hertz DGs, which I think are now they still make DGs, but a lot of manufacturers in some of their lower end lines, they make the speakers are super efficient, and then they have like a power handling of like 70 or 40 to 75 watts, because they work great. Yeah, clips efficiency level, yeah, no doubt. Like yeah, there's an example of a home audio speaker that is super efficient and just like. But yeah, that's why like a 60, 70 watt amplifier will just make these things like, oh my God, this is so loud. That's why loudspeakers, when you look at loudspeakers, the efficiency rating in those is through the roof. Even though they handle 500 watts, they would never handle 500 watts. So yeah, by going to the bigger amplifier, you'll get the better volume, you get better sound. There's nothing wrong with that. As far as power handling goes, they'll handle the power. What you just have to keep in mind is the crossover point. So when they give you a power rating on a speaker, they'll typically say from 20 to this, or from the X to Y, you have this type of power handling, which I feel is really, yeah, that's fine. It's like a good general out of the box, here you go. But once you adjust that crossover, that power handling is drastically going to change, because now you're not asking that driver to perform this wide. You're narrowing it down to this, and within that you can obviously get more power handling out of it, because the speaker is going to move less and a lot of better things are going to happen. So yes, a lot of the times you'll look at a speaker that say handles 100 watts and you're putting 200 watts to it, or 150 watts or something like that, and you're like, how does that work? Well, for one, you're limiting the performance of the driver with the crossover, and two, of course, you're EQing the crap out of it just to make it sound better. But yeah, you'll be fine. Get the bigger amp, get some real balls behind there to power those things, and you'll be like, yeah, okay. Because nothing sucks worse than doing like an upgrade and it's not louder than the factory.
Right.
It's like, oh, that kind of sucks, but that's normal.
All right, more power, definitely.
I got a quick one. Which is better, Flax or JL? So JL makes 3s, 5s, and 7s, and then so the middle, or they make 1s too, I think. So with there again, not to be a JL hater. Oh, Mr. Bennett. Flax are an exceptional speaker. We do a lot with them. We like them. We're not a JL dealer. I have nothing against JL, but I feel that the Flax would probably outperform comparable price JLs.
All right.
In my opinion.
That's your opinion.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Hey guys, what speaker adapter should I use for my 2008 Lexus ES350? My car has a factory 6.5 inch. Please help. I'm desperate and I can't find any information online.
Yeah, I mean, so when it comes to online, oh, hang on, wrong page.
Ooh.
When it comes to online, these are the places you go. You go to pack-audio.com, you go to Maestro, but metraonline.com, the third one there in the row, is who makes the most pieces.
Adapters.
They make the most adapters for you to use. That's what, we have bags up here that are filled with that. That's it. If Metra doesn't make it, then JL hater. Not a JL hater. I like JL.
Yeah.
I just not. Yeah. Hey, look, man. Everyone's not gonna hit it out of the park every time. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Metra, if Metra doesn't make it, chances are good nobody does. In which case, you're gonna have to pick yourself up some plastic, make it yourself.
Yeah. Or if you don't have nothing, maybe go to the stereo place that they can build one for you. So.
Yes, that.
All right.
DM810. Whether I use the remote in or the DC offset, it doesn't shut off. That doesn't make sense. 4200 as a source, 2 amps, still turns on and off with remote from head unit ideas. Still turns on and off. Wait a minute, I thought you said whether I use remote in or DC offset, it doesn't shut off. I mean, that sounds really weird that it doesn't turn off. So if that doesn't make sense. Because yeah, I mean, so if nothing is connected to that input, then is it off? Because technically, okay, so what I'm saying is you have power, ground, input, output. So what I would suggest doing is unplug the input and output all together. So only put in the input from the radio, because what might be happening is I wonder if one of the amplifiers is feeding back into it maybe and keeping it on. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Like maybe you want to, yeah. So try this. Try just disconnecting everything and then having the radio go into it only and see if it turns on and off. If it turns on and off, then try one amp, see if it turns on and off. Try the other amp, see if it turns on and off.
Yeah.
If both of them together, they don't turn off, you may have to put a diode in there. There might be something coming from one of those amplifiers that's back feeding into it and keeping it on. It wouldn't be the first time. Actually, it's funny. Aaron called me about that the other day.
Really?
He was doing something, and he was like, dude, every time I was like, just put a diode on the remote turn on so that it doesn't pass the other way. Mm-hmm. He goes, why are we offline? Are we offline?
No. Everything's good.
Okay. So you may need to do that, but I would start there, is just step it down to the basic part and just move forward and see what happens.
All right, I have the Kenwood XR600 DSP. That's the question that you are talking about?
Yeah. That's
all right,
the one.
so Kenwood XR600 6 DSP. Do I need to set the gains on this amplifier if I try to read it with a scope, or I get crazy signal?
If you're using it for what it's intended for,
I get a crazy signal. I'm guessing this amplifier needs to see a low in order to read a clean sound wave.
if you're using the amplifier for what it's intended for, meaning like you're going to a Toyota or whatever, it should just be good. I don't think we've ever really done much with the gains on those.
No.
Yeah, I honestly, off the top of my head, I just don't remember. Maybe we did. I just, because there's no adjustments on the amplifier, so it'll all be through the app.
Everything is in the app. Everything is on the app. So.
And I don't remember the gain ever being an issue for us.
No.
But I mean, we always start with the gains down, anyways.
Now, definitely, you have to do like step by step and everything. If you're not, but no, that doesn't do nothing with the gain.
I've never bothered looking at the gains.
No, because it's like
it's always just been fine. I don't know.
Nothing, man.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
When you ask Focal versus Morel, it's a simple thing. I'm always going to say Morel, and he's going to say Focal, because that's what he likes, and that's what I like.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching.
Promotion here, apparently, for North Star batteries are awesome.
Well, let's promote. If you talk about promotion.
What is a recommendation for waterproof amplifiers? I don't think there's anything that's like 100%
waterproof.
Well, okay, I take that back. There's a lot of manufacturers now. Well, I mean, you talk to Audio Control when those come out. Which we have sitting over there. We're gonna dunk them in a bucket of water just to be like, haha, you said we could. Most amplifiers that are waterproof. Unless you find something that's like IP6 rated, which is not water. That's a step beyond waterproof. That is supposed to be dunkable, meaning you can hose it off. But most amplifiers that are waterproof aren't really waterproof. They're water resistant, meaning they conformal coat the circuit board. They put some, to hold all the parts in place, because the other thing too is with a boat, when it bounces and hits, all those components inside the amplifier just get the crap knocked out of them. So Conformal coating the circuit board is basically just putting the board, covering it with epoxy so that it traps all the water out and locks all the components in. It's usually about as good as you're going to get on most amplifiers, unless the amplifier is totally sealed. Honestly, when it comes to that, that's a tough one. Like I said, the new audio controls, do we have one? Where are those at? Where'd you hide those?
I don't know.
Oh, are they in there? See what you get when you put shit away?
No, they're not here. Somebody took it. I swear somebody took it. With this one? No, not here.
I don't know. You started moving stuff around last week before we left, and I don't know where you put stuff.
Where?
How do you hide two big white boxes? Are they behind your stuff?
No, they're not behind my stuff.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, where the hell did they go? They have to be in there if they're not anywhere.
It gotta be.
Oh no. No.
No.
So.
Wow. Well, just I'm looking for it. Just keep.
Yeah. All right. We'll come back to that one as soon as Fernando figures out what he did with those.
I find it. Dude, good job. You find it.
I mean, they got to be around here somewhere, unless Paul took them.
No.
Which I would probably kill him if he did. All right. Sorry. We'll get back to that one.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever meter Haley's car with the kicker box? Yes, actually, yes, we measured it twice, and then we measured it like 3 or 4 times, actually. If you go and watch 3 videos where we measured it, one was on one was on The Boring Life of Dean and Haley, where we are in a parking lot, and the second, Instagram. It's on Instagram. And actually, just go watch the one where we talk about the sound digital amplifiers. We have 2 beta sound digital amplifiers, and that we did it there. So yeah, you can check it out.
You got nothing.
How the hell did you lose 2 amplifiers? Where did you put the Where did you put all the
Yeah.
the LC2Is and the LC1I?
LC2I is just right here. LC2I right here.
Well, there's 2 LC2Is. There's one in a bag and one out of a bag.
Huh.
Okay, dude. I'm really kind of annoyed right now. I'm not gonna lie. Fernando's a magician.
Oh, it's right there. Ah! You know, where do you put it? Jeez.
Oh my god, dude. Okay,
went there.
We're both bad. We both looked there and totally missed them. All right, sorry. All right. Vacation was awesome. Thanks, guys.
No, apparently not. Look at me.
2004 Transit, stock number, CD, radio. Okay, what's the question? I ordered the Metro Dash kit, but what else do I need to move the parking brake and reverse cams? God, excellent. If you ordered the Dash kit, they should also make a smart harness for that as well. If it's 2015, so Metro is going to make a smart harness to do all that. That should be listed when you go onto their website, and they list all the fun stuff. But that's where I would go to check.
All right, right there. Look at that.
He's not gonna rip the bag. Okay, so what we were talking about is marine amplifiers. You got the camera.
I already did.
Got the camera. Yeah, you already ripped the bag on it. Let's take a look at this with the second camera here. So this is what audio control does. This is the ACX 301. This is gonna start shipping here in a little bit.
Turn around.
My bad. Yep, my bad. 1 second. If you look at the top here, this is a total water sealed top piece. So there's a gasket inside of this that prevents any water from getting inside. If you look at the end plates here where the wires, these are the input wires, and the remote subwoofer controller are all here on this end. So if you're not going to use it, you can cap it off. Obviously you'd be using these, but if you're just going to run a mono to it, you can. But you have a nice waterproof plug here. If you look closely right here, you kind of see how that's like got a weird lip, or this has yeah, right there, you can see it. So there's a gasket here around this end, and if I flip it over to this guy ends here, there again, you can see this nice plastic clip.
Right there, so I can see it.
So this is all done. There's again another gasket here, gasket around this. So the idea behind this amplifier is that it can get, oh yeah, so this is to take it in and out. And they come with ends and the bucket, so you can make your own, or in the box, you can make your own plugs. But this is the closest thing I'd say, and that's why I said we'll be able to dunk this in a bucket of water, because how's water going to get into this? So from this point of view, these are going to be some of the most waterproof amps out there. They make two amplifiers. They're both 300 watts. They make a 301 and a 304, and hopefully these will start shipping here shortly. But as far as right now goes, this, you know, these are made like a tank, man. I mean, these are some hardcore amplifiers here.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. No, it's called First Day Back from Vacation, man. You know, you're still riding that high. Come on, play along. It's okay. And I don't do drugs. Well, the installs can be done in, well, installed camera, screen, speakers, amps, etc. as EMP blockers, master switch panels. I have no idea. How does that thing breathe being airtight? Why does it need to breathe? It just needs to cool. Amps don't breathe. They don't breathe. They just need to be able to cool off. And it's got, if you notice, it has a, it's basically built off of the same power supply as the AC
amplifier,
ACM amplifiers, but it's bigger.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's bigger is because it's going to be in a boat, usually in a tight space, that isn't going to get any cooling at all. So they gave it more surface area to cool it down. So it has a bigger heat sink on it to compensate for the fact that it's not going to be in a car where there's air conditioning or something like that. It's going to be outside. So it's built off of the same idea, same 300 watts, but it's Mark Rutledge saying, hi guys, and welcome back.
Oh,
it's built off of that same basic power plant, but do we have an ACM?
yes, of course.
Thank you, Fernando, and we know right where that's at. So grab that real quick, please, sir, kind sir. You're the best.
No,
We know where it's at now.
I know that.
So like you look at this 300 watt amp here, and you look at this 300 watt amp here, and as you can see, this one is bigger because it's going to be in a boat, it's going to be on an ATV, it's going to be in a fairing, it's going to be somewhere where it's not going to breathe. So more surface area, more aluminum will allow it to cool, cool faster than this guy.
Right.
Which, you know, can be somewhere where it could possibly breathe. They're planning on this not breathing at all. So it's bigger.
Yeah.
Let me turn on that camera.
I would do that.
Okay, I'm turning on that camera.
Now you can see.
So as you can see, it's a bigger amp, but they're the same power. But it's like that so that it can compensate for the fact that it is going to be in an area where it's not going to get a big airflow. So by increasing the size of the aluminum, the heat sink, it'll compensate for that, which is what you want. So it's kind of nice, right?
It is nice.
Ah, good stuff. Good
Already
stuff.
control.
All right.
All right.
Vacation was wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Yes.
All right, Bobby, you have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Bobby. Bye.
I know, right? It's built like a tank. There's no doubt about it. Like when we first saw these, we were like, wow. Because I honestly thought they were going to do what everyone else does, which is just take their small amplifiers, conformal code them, and be like, it's a marine amp now. And it was like, they didn't want to do that. They wanted to make a whole new product that they could sit there and be like, yeah, you know, we're audio control. We do stuff differently than everyone else. And this is what they came out with.
And somebody asked if they is small enough for a motorcycle. Yes. Yes, you can put it in a motorcycle. You know.
I mean, if you have this much space.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a low amperage draw amplifier, so it's not drawing tons of current. It's like all the other small stuff that's out there. What do you guys use to solve tweeters when you can't use the cup that it comes with? I use a Glowforge laser and I cut it out with a laser. Most tweeters you can't use the cup that it comes with. So
well, you used to before.
Do you still have that one piece that we used, that we made?
Oh, wow. Kidding me? I don't know where you're at.
The fact that you got up was funny.
No, I got it.
Okay, so this guy right here is a Mobile Solutions template, all right? And what it's used for is, what we used it for originally was for making tweeter mounts. So you just take your tweeter until you found out what hole you needed, and then you could use this on the router to router pieces out. Now they make the hole version and the non-hole version, meaning the plate. So these guys right here, where you have the actual disc, and they come in all the same sizes. So they have small ones like this, all the way up to this one, probably, yeah, this one was from this hole here, so like that. And what you do is you would use these to make something like that piece there. Oh, wrong one. So you could use these to make something like this, where you would have different size. Like this size here is thinner. There you go, that's a good angle right there. See how that hole is a little bigger? That one out front here, this one's a little smaller. And that would give you that lip for that tweeter. And then this is just a back piece of plastic. And this is all made out of 1/8 inch plastic. This is blown PVC. And then we would screw it together using just regular screws you get from Home Depot, little 1-point screws. And that would be our new tweeter mount. This was our first go around at like a Ford F-150 mount. Before we got our laser, we would just make these. And yeah, and you would use now the nice thing is, you know, this stuff you can cut with a razor blade if you wanted. However, we would cut this all on a router. So, you know, this template would be, you would tape this to this like this, and that would give you all your shapes. And then like this outside shape here will be the smaller version of this that was taped to. So you'd make your outside shape, you'd make this outside shape first, and that's why they have these, and you could draw on it, and then you're good to go.
So this is the radius
that
you have in here, and this one has the same thing.
Yeah, that allows you to make the holes.
So, and this show is brought to you by...
And that you can get that stuff at mobilesolutions.com.
That is right.
You're welcome, Brian. Is it possible to upgrade the late model Dodge Challenger stereo? Better than the old Harman Kardon. Need speaker subs. I will lose the main screen and the dashboard. No, I would like to keep it looking stock. What should I do about a CD player? Who needs a CD player? So because you have the Harman Kardon system, you have two choices. You can go with the Rockford DSR1 and go with the Rockford DSR1 in the iData mode. So you can head over to that second one there, maestro.idatalink.com. You can head there and you can type in your make, model, and year, and they will give you the parts that you need to connect to that, some form of a T-harness that will then connect to a DSR1, which is the Rockford/iData DSP module. Now, if you're thinking, I don't know if I want EQ DSP, that might be difficult, then you're going to go to the top one where it says pack-audio.com. Oh, wrong screen. And then that will give you that'll give you the part number for an Amp Pro. Now, what both of these are devices that plug in. iData removes the factory amplifier, plugs in there. Pack goes between the factory radio and the amplifier. And both of them talk to the CAN bus system that is in your car. Your car uses CAN bus, and that's the information the highway that it talks over. And it talks to that, and it takes the signal, the left and right signal that's coming out of the radio, which is full bandwidth. It's a full 20 to 20, super sexy, yay! I can do everything I want with it. However, the volume, the bass and treble, and all that are controlled at the amplifier. So it talks to that, and plus your backup sensors, your chimes, your warnings, all that stuff is on a different bus. So it talks to all of that and then gives you preamp level output. So you can keep your factory radio, and if it's got a CD player, keep that. And all of it works the way it's supposed to, just now you have, in the Amp Pro, you have 6-channel 5-volt preamp output, just like you would if you bought a high-end CD player or DVD player and dash screen, whatever you want. And then with the DSR-1, you get 8 channels of 4-volt output that's connected to a DSP, and each channel is going to have a 31-band EQ, time alignment, crossovers, all 9 yards. So up to you, knock yourself out, but yes, you can make that sound phenomenal.
Somebody say how much you guys charge to clean up and tune my Jeep. You gotta call Paul to set an appointment.
We don't really clean anything
and we don't
up.
clean that.
We start from scratch.
Exactly. So if you have everything already installed, if you want us to work in your car, we take everything out and start fresh, and that's how we do it.
For the vocals, which would do the best job? Rockford 1005 or an Alpine PDX 9900? If you could find the PDX V9, I would probably go that. Yeah, if you can still find a PDX. So the 1005 will do the job fine. Where the 1005 in my mind lacks is in the subwoofer output. It just doesn't have that. So typically what we do is we do the 404 and the 750.1. If you're just going to be running like, you know, like one sub, cool. But the PDX V9 definitely has way more power on the output for the subwoofer. What do you think of the new Bronco? Have you seen the new Bronco?
I see pictures on the new Bronco. It looks cool.
Yeah, I like the two-door. I don't think I'd ever own it, but...
Really?
I don't know, man. I kind of gave up on trucks.
Well, that's not a truck. It's just like...
It's a truck. It's a little SUV. I don't know, man.
You know.
I just...
I know who won
one. Any thoughts on new Pioneer 10-inch floating display player? It's honestly, as far as all the screens that are out to this point, it probably looks the cleanest. It's got the nice silver trim around it. It's very sexy. It's very light. It mounts very nice. They've taken what was a very difficult process by Alpine and made it very simple. They give you the ability to shift it left or shift it right on some of the models. You can still go up and down. You still come out. It looks very clean, I think. Would you agree with what I'm saying so far?
Yeah. It looks clean.
It looks very clean.
Yeah.
Where they totally sucked it up is on the back of the radio. Where
the connection part.
Where they made the connections. It uses a new USB-C, and how they mount it into the back of the radio is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely terrible. And the micro HDMI, not mini HDMI, micro HDMI is equally as terrible. The only nice thing is you can kind of get like 90 degree. I mean, granted it's wireless, but I can tell you right now the way the USB-C goes in the back, you're either not going to plug it in, or if you do, you're going to break it off.
You never took a picture of the...
I did take a picture of it.
Like,
I have it on my phone.
Yeah, like we should. Yeah, show me. Because if you have one, or if you planning of installing
but that's it.
one,
I mean, honestly, if they wouldn't have done that, then it would be like killing it right now. I mean, it is still killing it because people don't care about the same things I care about. But, all right,
not just like that.
All right, I should just get the HDMI output from my phone. So if you look here, this output. Okay, that's the USB-C. It's now USB-C, so it's 5-volt, high amp charge. And if you look on the other side over here, right at the top, boom, that's your micro HDMI, right there. I mean, come on. Wake up phone.
Yeah.
Now, hold on.
Okay.
Let's go back. So if you are gonna get one of these, what we do is we make this piece of plastic right here that mounts to the back of the radio and holds this in place. So that when you put it in the dash, this just doesn't fall off. Probably something we should sell, but we're not that cool. But yeah,
Hang
so
on,
that's
right there.
yeah. So this piece of plastic, we make this out of 1/4 inch.
There goes your finger.
I know we make this out of 1/4 inch ABS. It's got a tunnel built into it here, so that the whole thing slides into place. We use the GM automotive tape to stick it onto the top of the radio, so that it won't fall off in the heat. But yeah, as you can see, that thing sticks out of the back of the radio super far. I mean, it's out there a lot. Yeah. And those are the toolboxes I want to buy. So yeah, micro HDMI is terrible. I know, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he was here, we were talking about it.
Especially on cameras. Yeah. So yes, I just so happen to have a micro HDMI adapter right here, and it is god awful small. Oh Jesus.
JL Morale Educar Test Tune app is very cool. Thanks for telling us.
Actually, it was funny. I wanted to go live today. If any of you guys caught the Instagram show, we have the Toyota out of frame right here. And we were using the new Prime amps. So all the new Prime amps have the DD1 features built into them. So it has distortion detection built into it. And that allowed us to just go to the Educar app, and on the bottom here, so what we did is we had the power wire was in. The only thing we had left to do was finish up the harness. We can connect the speaker wires into the harness, plug the RCAs, and I said, hey, you know what? Before we connect the speaker wires, let's just plug the RCAs in, turn the amplifiers on. CarPlay will boot up real quick. I can plug in my Educar app, and then I can play a 40 hertz test tone at 0 to see if I have any distortion. Kenwood didn't. Play -5. Boom, just like that. I know you can't see it that well. We could switch to the other camera, but that would be... So I have my negative 40, my -5, or 40 at -5, and then we tuned the sub amp, which was, and then I hit that, hit -5 there, and set the gains on the amplifier like that, and it's done. It was that hard. So I didn't have to shut off, really?
No,
go away.
Got...
I know. But it was that hard. I didn't have to find this. I didn't have to go download tracks. Dude, I just cut my leg on this stupid chair.
Oh, really? Again?
Well, the screw that's sticking out that we didn't hammer off. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to really hate it. So, anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Well, they can hear it.
Yeah, that's all right.
Because you're making houses right now.
These have these stupid little metal things that just cut the back of my leg up.
CRV 2020.
Yes.
Flax Evos 6.5. Helix M4. And a DSP Mini. Static coming out from the tweeters, but it's not going up when you rev it up.
That sounds like a gain issue.
Can you only hear when you put the volume on 0? I think it's just like a
so it's floor noise.
Floor noise.
Yeah,
installers say it's the head unit. This is true?
It could be. So one of the things that every installer should have in their toolbox is a headphone jack to RCA adapter, which is, do we have one?
Yes, right there, the red one.
I'm looking for. Yeah. So this guy right here, so we all have iPhones here because, you know, we're those guys. This is the iPhone aux jack adapter, and then this is an RCA to 1/8 inch adapter. All right, so this just plugs into this. The reason why we have this is because this is a very valuable tool. If they're saying it's the head unit that's causing your issues, the simplest thing to do would be to unplug the head unit from the DSP, plug this in, whether it's high level or low level, it doesn't matter because it's still an input. You just need an input, and then you feed your phone into it. All right, and you play the same songs, do all the same stuff. And if it goes away, then yeah, it is the head unit. If it stays, then no, it's not the head unit. But this is a tool, and you should all have one.
Yeah.
And if you don't, shame on you. Go pick one up right away.
Yeah. But some of the cars has a regular floor noise, so
yeah,
you know.
Floor noise is okay. Anytime you're doing, well, that's a book. Anytime you're doing any type of integration into a factory radio, it's always a give and take, unless you're using something like an Amp Pro or an iData AR or something like that, because it's still high level. You're still dealing with whatever that factory radio is putting out, and sometimes it sucks. The other thing too is, depending on the vehicle, you may need load resistors, especially in the high frequency range. Picking up a set of blue LGDs, AC LGDs, the right over here on my shoulder, there's the green ones there. AC LGD blues are what you put on every Ford because you get noise out of the tweeters if you don't. Not saying that's going to fix your problem, but then again, you never know. What's up in San Antonio? Okay, I'm ready. Hold on. Paying attention.
All right. My older Kenwood KAC 9104D monoblock that it's a 900 watts at 2 ohms and claims 900 plus at 1 ohms seems to cut out after running it for 5 to 10 minutes with the new sound down be whatever at 2 ohms. The speaker is a 4 ohm. It's 1,000 watts RMS, but never had an issue with another sub. I am to assume the more the watts on the subwoofer, the larger the amplifier. It will need to get the same sound. It does hit harder than the old audio pipe at 2 ohms, 500 watts RMS, but it makes the amp go in protection mode.
Okay, regardless of what you got going on there, let's just amplifier's cutting off. Why? Okay, couple reasons. One, poor circulation. All right, I'm just going to break this down for you, and then you insert your problem here. Poor circulation. Wherever you have it mounted, it's not getting air circulation. It's heating up. It's shutting down. All amplifiers have thermal protect. Two, improper battery voltage, meaning it's not getting enough power to operate at the level that you're going to be playing it at. So that one and the next one come hand in hand, meaning one has a lot to do with the other. Improper ohm load or resistance. Okay, improper resistance. All right. Now, if an amplifier works at 1 ohm and you play it at 2 ohms, technically it should put out less power, which it's going to do, which means it should draw less current. However, where most people screw this up is they turn the gains up to compensate for the fact that now it's at 2 ohms, so you actually clip the input of the amplifier.
Correct.
The input stage of the amplifier is a miniature amplifier, and it still doesn't care that you're running the output of the amplifier at a different ohm load. So, what happens is you get in there and you're like, it's not that loud. You turn the volume halfway up, and you're like, it's still not that loud. You go back there and you turn the gain up and go, oh, that's where I wanted it to be. Well, it's not, though, because the amplifier can't physically put that out. There's no reason any amplifier that has proper battery voltage, is at a low ohm load, has good circulation, should ever shut off, unless you're clipping the shit out of the input of the amplifier, which it sounds like you might be doing. There again, I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just giving you ideas of what to look at. So, if you have just set your gain by ear, then that's not going to work. You either need to do the math using, math to set your gains so that you know, okay, I want it to put out, I have it at 4 ohms, I'm going to, whatever. Do the math, which probably won't work well for you because you're going to try to put it at 2 ohms, get 1,000 watts out of it, which you can't do because it's not made to rate at that. So then you need either an oscilloscope, which you can pick up a Lumi, or an HV211, pretty cheap, 69 bucks, you can pick up the 211. So that you can see where it's clipping, or you pick up a DD1, or you find a friend that has a DD1, or you find a friend that has an oscilloscope, and you figure out where this amplifier is distorting, and then you leave it alone. My guess would be you're running at 2 ohms, you're trying to get it output more than the amplifier can do, turn the gains up, you're clipping the input, the amplifier's saying screw you, turning it off, and calling it a day. Right. Try turning the gain down. It might not be as loud, but you won't cut off every 5-10 minutes, and your amplifier might survive.
Or, the other option is to just get a bigger amplifier.
We'll be using it for...
What's up, Marty Dean?
Is it Marty?
That's Marty Dean.
I miss Marty.
I
know.
Yeah, Marty Dean. Alright. If you turn off the voltage on the LC2I, will it change the voltage out of the amplifier? That's a question.
Yes.
My amp is not easy to get to. And my amplifier is set to the max voltage to my speakers.
Okay. Yeah, it's a line driver, so if you turn up an LC2I, you'll get more voltage into the amplifier. So that's what a line driver does. A line driver, even if the ohm, back to the earlier question, if the ohm load is the same, you have different efficiencies and you have a different motor structure, you have a bigger magnet, smaller magnet. A lot of things change. One sub is not the same as others. So for example, if I take like a Rockford P1 and I switch that out for a big ass Sundown, same power, same ohm load, I guarantee my P1 was probably louder than my new Sundown is because I can't move that motor structure the same.
Okay. So what would you do? NAV-TB M650 or the PAC GM61?
Pack GM61.
Pack GM61 and the
Nothing
Yukon.
against the nav TV piece. I've used it a bunch. We play with them both. I would just the result is the same. So I feel like you still have to keep the factory amplifier. It's still T's in. I just feel like you get a better user experience out of the pack piece. So that's why I go with the pack piece. Like, look, man, if they make it, I'm buying it. It works. I'm good. Have you installed 7-inch with... no. I have not. We have not done the millis or the Hertz ML 7-inch. Not yet. A lot of times when it comes to the 7-inch, we just go to the Kenwoods. Oh, you know who became a Morel dealer?
Who?
Marty.
Marty team?
Yeah, Marty.
Oh yes, I saw that.
Marty sells cool. Morel now.
Now Marty is cool. Now he's cool.
Well, he was cool before, but I mean,
Yeah.
Maybe get the hat.
He's always cool, man.
Also, sorry if I already answered my question. If I didn't hear, I was delivering food. Food. Have you ever replaced... Can you see if you can find his question?
Which one?
Kyle Kidd.
Kyle.
I don't know if we answered this or not. What's the loudest, best sounding coaxial? I don't... Okay, so that's one of those questions. It's like, loudest, best sounding coaxial. Depends. There's so many variables in that loudest, best sounding coaxial. Naturally, if you just want to be an ass, you'd say K2s, Focal K2 coaxials. It's a $700 to $800 set of coaxials. Yeah, it sounds phenomenal. However, if that's not what you're looking for, that's not the answer you're going to want. If you're in that like $150 or $100 to $150 price point, there's a lot of really good sounding coaxials out there. A lot. So, most of the time what it comes down to is the more money you spend on the speaker, the better it sounds. Depend as long as the sound signature is what you're going for. So, for example, when you look at like a Morel that has a big tweeter, a big coaxial, the Integra line, they're very music, or I'm going to say instrument orientated. Whatever. So they put out a very lifelike sound that not a lot of people like, which is weird because I love it, and he likes it, and but sound signature is important. Every speaker has a different sound signature. Focal has a very accentuated high frequency. Hertz is kind of there in the middle. When we talked about Blam, Blam, their sound signature varies from speaker to speaker to speaker. So like they make like 3 6.5s all at about the same price point because each one has a different sound signature. So what I'm getting at is the best sounding is the best sounding for you. What you really need to do is figure out what kind of sound signature you're going after and then work from there. Two-way is typically going to be your audiophile better sounding speaker as opposed to, let's say, a 3-way or a 4-way because typically those have more tweeters to compensate for the fact that they have cheap tweeters. That's why they're typically under $100. As opposed to like a really high-end set of coaxials will typically have a big badass tweeter in the center of it, a big magnet, and a nice cone driving the mid-bass. Different types of tweeters sound differently. So, exactly, Victor. You like your Morels. I love them too. A soft dome or a cloth-style tweeter isn't going to be as harsh as, and when I say harsh, I don't mean like, it's a different sound. As opposed to, let's say, a hard dome tweeter made out of either material or metal. They're two totally different sounds there, and that's important because your ear may be sensitive to one and not the other. So you kind of have to find like the shoe that fits best. And speakers are no different.
All right, I find his question. He said, Kyle, I want to replace the amplifier on my 2007 MKZ Lincoln. I want to replace the factory car, but I can find NET harness. He want to replace the factory amplifier. And that's a TMH system?
THX system.
Yeah.
You're not going to find anything for that. They don't make anything for it. It's a pain in the butt. It's totally doable. It's a variable voltage output. We've put radios into those. some of those MKZs though have those weird dashes, but they do make the non-weird dash that you can get from the Ford dealer.
So I'm guessing he wanna keep the factory head unit.
It's got a variable voltage output. You're not going to find a harness that's going to work with that car. You're going to find a Ford harness that will plug into it. You're going to have to repin it yourself, but there is no easy way to do that car. It does have variable voltage output, so you can add in an amplifier, but you're going to have to straight up go to town. There are harnesses that will look close and you can kind of grind out to match, but I don't have a list, and they're not going to be pinned right, so you're going to have to repin everything you do. It's going to have to be 100% custom.
I like that one. Always pick the speakers that agrees with your ears and your wallet can dig it.
Digest.
That's right, that's right. Yeah.
My wallet has a hard time with all of it, but my ears I feel are more important.
All right. It is the Audio Control LC 4.800 OK to run a 2016 F-150 with the aftermarket JL audio.
Yeah.
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 It's plenty power.
Yeah, and it'll work great in the car. We do them all the time. I want to replace the BO system on my 2019 Mustang GT. My plan is to use a DM810, audio control amps, and Focal speakers with the JL. Okay, what is my best way to incorporate the DM810 into the factory head unit? Okay, so this is going to sound a little weird. It's a BO system. Honestly, it's a Ford. The nav TV piece might work with that. I think it does. So first off, I would try nav TV. Hold on, let me just pull up the page here. So first off, I would try navtv.com and see what they make for that. See if it'll work.
It's the Ford.
Because they make the Ford for the F-150. I'm not sure 100%. The other thing you might want to do, even though it's BO, it still might be built on the old platforms. Some of those are. There again, how you can just figure out if it's an old platform, new platform, is whether it's a USB into the side of the amplifier. So if you can find the amplifier that has USB plugged into it, then it's the new A to B
system. Yeah.
Some of the BO systems are still actually built on the old Sony platform. I'm not familiar with the Mustang, but you may also want to check iData. They don't make, because they make compatible Mustang stuff, but it's for the older platform system. So check there again. Check the maestro.idatalink.com and see what is available there. But one of those two hopefully will work. Otherwise, it's either going to be a waiting game or you're going to be doing interfacing into it, which, yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's just not fun.
2019 Ram 1500 non-premium system got the Amp Pro and the 5-channel amplifier, the kicker. It has a low level and a high level input. Bottom. Where is it? What should I be on? Also, where do you recommend hooking the speakers at the amplifier, at the Amp Pro T harness on the ANC bypass module?
Is this a Dodge?
That's the Dodge Ram.
So if he's using an Amp Pro, you're going to go into the preamp section of the amplifier. Don't use the high level input because you're not doing high level, you're doing preamp. So if you're coming out of the Amp Pro into, if you're using, what you should be using an Amp Pro. So if you're using an Amp Pro, just go directly into the RCA inputs. And yes, you can use the T harness and connect your amplifier directly into the T harness. It's perfectly fine. That'll work. So that's why they make the T harness to make your life. And of course, you do have to bypass the ANC.
The ANC module.
Yeah.
They have that.
Yeah. So it'll bypass that, and everything will be hunky-dory. Thanks for using my install in last week's picture of the week in the JL Clean Water Club.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I like it.
No.
That was really neat.
Ooh, all right. Elevate or Halo 9. I don't think I can fit either without blocking my AC controls, but I've been eyeballing both.
Ooh.
Elevate.
Victor would pick the Halo 9.
Elevate. I would do the Elevate.
Yeah.
Or the new High 10.
What car he has?
I don't remember.
Oh. Okay.
But the Elevate, honestly, the High 10 is about the same downward thing, and it's got a knob in the center if you're into that thing, but definitely the Elevate. Save the money. Get the Elevate.
All
Victor,
right.
you need to buy the most expensive one we have.
Because you have that type of money.
No. I'm just saying. I mean, the Elevate didn't exist when he bought his Halo. He was an early adopter of the floating radios.
Oh, totally.
You know, like right now, if he was to come in today, I would probably, even though I hate that USB-C on the back, I would probably, if he was not opposed to, you know,
Change
the
it.
Alpine, like if he was, I would make him wait for the Kenwood.
Oh, totally. We totally. Yeah, it's like, hey, just.
But if I gotta sell something today, but don't get me wrong, the Kenwood is going to be stupid money. So, for some people, not all. But if I had to choose between the Elevate today and the Halo 9, I would pick the Elevate. I think it would be. I think it's a much more enjoyable product.
All right.
I feel the features on the Elevate outperform those of the Halo 9.
And you can hook up 9 cameras in those.
So Butch's truck is all done. The only thing that we would ever change in Butch's truck is Phoenix Gold is supposed to be coming out with an MX series set of 6.5 components. And if they did and we could get a set, we would take out the 6x9s and put a set of 6.5 components in it to finish that off. That to me is the only thing that really kind of bugs me about that system, is that we could never replace. We still have the factory 3.5s up in the dash,
Yeah.
or 2.5s or whatever they are, because there was nothing to put up there that Stinger makes to replace that, and that was a total Stinger or Amp Global supported video. All the products that we put in were theirs for them, and they supplied everything. So we couldn't replace the dash speakers because they didn't make anything at the time. And I had thought about pulling the tweeter out of the 6x9, like we looked to do that. And then it was just like, I really don't want to do that because I don't want them mad at me. So it was like, all right, whatever.
All right, would the Kicker Key 200.4 be enough by amp for the Morel Tempo Ultras?
What amp?
The Kicker Key.
Yeah, we've done that. Didn't we do that?
The Tempo Ultra 6 components?
Just up front, right?
Yeah, just up front.
Yeah, I thought we did that.
We did yeah.
I thought we did that in something. I
And
know we did that.
It has to be in an Accord because we did twice on an Accord.
But no, that'd be plenty. If you use the Kicker Key, all right.
Just for the, yes.
So for those of you guys who aren't familiar with the Kicker Key, that's something we gotta
Did you
give
drop
away.
it?
Yeah, no, that was the tube of the banners we gotta give away.
Wow, that
really?
that was pretty
Wow,
good.
that was totally
No,
insane.
that I set it up because that was an hour.
That's crazy.
I set it up so it can
Yeah,
be
it
an
would,
hour.
it would come on right at the as we're okay.
Hour.
So real quick, this will be
Done.
the last thing we talk about. So this is the Kicker Key. For those of you who aren't familiar, it is 70 watt by 4 amplifier. Has a bunch of dip switches on the end of it here, and one of those things is it allows you to go full active front stage, which is phenomenal. So you just tell it what you're doing, and it'll take care of that high channel 1 and 2, which is going to be your tweeter or mid range. It'll take care of that crossover point for you. And it's phenomenal. I mean, you could use it to power all 4 speakers if you wanted, which, fine, we did that in Haley's car, but honestly what we've been doing most of the time with that is going full active front stage and just let the rears play out, and it's a phenomenal sound. We've been super excited about it. Real quick before we wrap this up, let me go back over here to camera 2. For those of you that are interested in buying one of the coolest subwoofer enclosures on the market right now, it's fully customizable. You can go to their website, but you can get, wrong button, you can get 20% off the MTI acoustic box by visiting the MTI acoustic page here. Oh, right here, go to MTI Acoustics, choose your truck. You have the Chevy Silverado, the Ford Series, the Dodge Ram, the GMC, the Nissan Titan, the Toyota Tacoma, and the Toyota Tundra. They make boxes for all those cars. They're totally customizable. This one is, of course, the Ford F-150 that has the light-up panel, the custom logo, the vinyl, and the stitching. Very awesome box. You can save 20% right now by at checkout typing code SAVE20. They also do custom work that's available through mail order. So if you want to get those A-pillars made, you can send them your A-pillars and they will make you new A-pillars. And they have amp boards and fun stuff like that. So definitely check them out at mtiacoustics.com. Perfect Fit Custom Enclosures. Thank you for being a proud sponsor of the show.
Oh, and then we make you one, probably.
They'll do all kinds of fun stuff like that.
They will make you a lot of stuff.
Now, for those of you guys that have been like, hey, these guys are cool, where do they use all their cool stuff? I gotta use these buttons. Dean and Fernando's Tool Drawer is a place where we have all the stuff. And one of the pages that I like the most is this meter and probe page here. This has all those cool things we were talking about. So earlier today we were talking about the DS211 oscilloscope you can pick up. If you click on it, it'll automatically take you out to Amazon. Well, right now it is $89 plus free shipping. But what makes it even more cool, alright, we'll go back to here. If we go back to the meters and probes page, down here in the bottom you get your polarity pulse, you get left, right, center where they talk to you, and you get your pink noise. So that is all available to you. As downloads. Fun stuff, right? Anyways, if you want cool shirts that we have on the show that we wear, you can find them at DNF. You can find them at teespring/store/5star. Boy, you can tell it's a Monday, our first day back from vacation.
You know,
right?
you should add just the link on the TNF tool drawer. Going through that.
It's not as easy as it would think. I've tried to do it. I don't have the 2 hours. It's not that. Shut up. Anyways, one of the most popular shirts right there. Vote Fernando. That's right. If you're a fan of Napoleon Dynamite, yeah, this is a shirt. We made it for you. On the back of the shirt, it does have this cool logo right here, which is "Make America Bass Again," or "Making America Bass Again." So this is my cool presidential seal. Look at that. Oh yeah, isn't that sexy? Alright, I need to make that just a shirt because I think that one's cool. Anyways, you can find that at teespring/store/5star. And they always have sales and stuff going on. It's pretty cool, but that helps support the show. And of course, the Clean Wire Club is right here. Make sure you join it on Facebook. And we only let you post your Clean Wire, alright? So, or questions about Clean Wire. If there's weird posts, like if you post things, see, this is all wire stuff. Oh yeah, wire. But if you post like A-pillars or flushes and all that other fun stuff, that all gets deleted.
That is right.
I mean, trust me, you guys do some really amazing work out there, and we're super excited that you're happy, and we're generally happy to look at it, but it will be deleted because it's not what the page is about. We just want to see the wiring. So if you put an amp board over it and take a picture, now if you take the amp board off and take a picture, it stays.
Yeah.
It's fun like that. But yeah, so that's that. Patreon is a place you can go to support the show. A lot of you guys are there and you ask questions and I don't get back to you. I'm sorry. I have no time. Yeah. I mean, it just sucks, and I apologize. Eventually I get to them, but it's usually like a week later. That's it. You got anything else? What am I forgetting?
Don't forget, every day we go on Instagram, 5 minutes with 5 stars, so just head up to Instagram every day. We don't have a schedule. You just hit the notification on the page, so they notify you when we are live.
They notificate you.
Yeah.
Candies,
yeah, you
man.
get the point.
Gotta have candies. Yeah. As for everything else, it's been fun and it's been great. We'll see you guys next time. You guys,
great night.
We'll see you on Saturday, 6 o'clock. YouTube.
Again?
Yep, we're back at it. Thanks for going a week without us. We appreciate it. You guys are great. Thanks for watching all the repeats, as it were, and we'll get back to you. Have a great week, guys. Candies. Gotta have candies.